One thing that I like having access to, this is a diamond rod for sharpening, and it's essential, in my opinion, for sharpening serrated blades. So these are some steak knives in the kitchen. Sharpen, and having this diamond rod for sharpening serrated blades is essential. This is made also for fishing. It's got a little groove in the thing for sharpening hooks and things like that. Unfortunately, I don't get to do a lot of fishing, but this is for sharpening serrated knives. Now, a good serration is wide enough to take a rod like that. Some of those super fine serrations, I don't know how you're supposed to sharpen those. One thing that I really like, that it is fun, it has little to do with sharpening, although it is a thing. A friend of mine who works in X-ray technology gave me this. It's simply a magnifier, 8 times magnification, and the industry works in had gone to a 10 times loop, and so they didn't use the 8 times anymore. And so he gave me this, and you can put this on the edge of your knife and you can get a close-up of nicks and scratches and things that you just didn't even know were there on your knife. And so I like having that around, especially when I'm looking at nicks or places that just aren't sharpening correctly. I can see what's going on with that. One last thing that I want to make sure that I talked to you about, I said earlier that I like to hone knives on ceramic. I have ceramic sticks. I keep one in the kitchen, and I've got some other things. This is a block of ceramic that came out of a gas heater, and of course with these edges and all that, I can do a lot of different things, but this will hone a blade nicely. After I sharpened it, the more you polish the edge, the more the edge is going to last, and it won't deteriorate as fast the higher it's polished. So I don't know exactly how high a polish this gives it, but it does hone it some, and then I can usually tell just by feeling the edge that it's a little tighter, a little sharper. When I drag it across my thumbnail, I can feel that it's biting just a little bit more. This is a larger piece of ceramic that came from a larger heater, and there's no special trick to it. I just kind of run it over and clean it up like that, hone it. Now these will get packed with metal particles, and as you're getting dark, if you take some Comet detergent, or you take some something like that, or some baking soda, and you rub that in there, it'll clean off a lot of that and get it kind of refreshed. You can even, I have needed to refresh this before, and I have taken my diamond stone and smoothed it out, kind of clean it up and kind of smooth out any rough edges that might come up, kind of shape it. But along those lines, the ceramic, one of the things that you need to know is that in most any kitchen, whether you're at the office or at your house or at somebody else's house, if you take the bottom of a coffee mug, and they're not all quite like this, but I found one that is, the coffee mug has been glazed, but the bottom rim a lot of times is not glazed, and so it's still a bit of a rough ceramic surface, not glazed with the glass-like thing. And you can take your knife and you can hone it on the bottom of the coffee mug, or I've done it on the bottom of a bowl where it had the same kind of rim that wasn't glazed. It was just a rough ceramic surface, and you can see that it's leaving behind metal particles, turning black. I did this once I believe for my son-in-law, on the back of a toilet. I flipped the lid over and the ceramic surface was rough, and I sharpened the knife on that ceramic surface. Anything that's made with ceramics, oh yeah, oh that is nice, and that is nice and sharp. I'm not popping any hairs, but it sure feels right. Let me see if I can get something. Then I just kind of work with it a little bit, see if I can get it where I want. So you should know. Oh yeah, there's some hairs. You see those? That's just my kitchen knife. I like to use this for a steak knife. You should know that razor sharp blades like that don't stay razor sharp. Okay, you cut into a steak, you cut into the plate, you cut things and they don't stay razor sharp. And I say that so that you know it doesn't always have to be razor sharp to cut, but it's nice when you get it there. I will tell you one anecdote. I don't have any in front of me. I have one or two ceramic bladed knives. I gave my daughter a ceramic knife one time, and she cut something on a plate, and the ceramic knife scored the plate so that it cracked in half, because the ceramic blade is that hard. And so they have their uses, but you got to be careful with what you're cutting with them, and they'll slice you quickly.